Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and we have some breaking news from SeaWorld San Diego, and that is the fact that Aquatica for SeaWorld San Diego has been announced to become Sesame Place San Diego in the 2021 season. So this is a pretty shocking announcement in all honesty. I was actually thinking about visiting Aquatica next year, which you will still be able to do since Aquatica San Diego will be open through the 2020 season, but I was really excited to go check everything out for years to come in the water park. But it was announced today that SeaWorld San Diego will have Sesame Street characters as well as the Sesame Street name take over Aquatica San Diego and rename it Sesame Place San Diego. This will be the second Sesame Place park, the first being in Pennsylvania, and is actually quite famous, especially amongst ourselves, for Oscar's Wacky Taxi, a Gravity Group wooden coaster. But I've heard some amazing things about the first location, specifically for younger kids. But a big reason that they were announcing this new park now is the fact that Sesame Street is turning 50 years old, which is insane to even fathom. But the entirety of Aquatica San Diego will be turned into Sesame Place San Diego for spring of 2021. So they are expecting it to open in the earliest of the year, being around March, I'm guessing, maybe even April. But even though it has lived a majority of its life as just a water park and only being open for a few months of the year, I could definitely see Sesame Place San Diego being open through December, at least on weekends, because I know the other Sesame Place in Pennsylvania, even though it snows there, is open through December for special events on weekends for kids, which is awesome. Just the water park portion does close. But looking at the concept art, there is a lot of stuff to see. There will be a new coaster, it would seem, most likely called Super Grover's Soapbox Racers, which is awesome to see another kiddie coaster being brought to the area. But you can also see some other rides like a swing ride and some other flat rides that they actually already house at SeaWorld San Diego proper. So I'm really interested to see if they bring some of those rides over to Sesame Place or if they just introduce brand new rides in that location. But my next question is, what are they going to do to the Sesame Street area of SeaWorld San Diego? Will they be taking portions of it out? Or will they keep the SeaWorld IP in SeaWorld San Diego and just have two immediate parks with the SeaWorld name attached within close proximity of each other? It's a really interesting question that I have, and I'm unsure of exactly what they will be doing, but they have yet to announce what will be happening to, if anything, to that area of SeaWorld San Diego itself. But just to let you know, every single slide at Aquatica San Diego will be staying at Sesame Place San Diego, except for the Woohoo Run, which has an 80-foot drop, which definitely seems to be the extreme slide complex at the park. So that will be sadly torn out, but it makes not really much sense to have an 80-foot tall drop slide in a children's park. But from the concept art, it looks like it's going to be very heavily themed, which is amazing and definitely is reminiscent of the new Sesame Street area inside of SeaWorld Orlando, which just opened up. Which that looks amazing, and I can't wait to see something like that come to SeaWorld San Diego. I was actually hoping they were going to do that into SeaWorld San Diego proper, near their Bay of Play potentially in the future. But the fact that they're opening a new Sesame Place instead of that actually is even more than I would have ever considered. And is honestly probably a better idea than what I was thinking. It's bigger and better in pretty much every way. But I'm just really interested to see what they do with that area of SeaWorld San Diego, because it is so tied to Sesame Street, at least in that little section of the park. So I'm very interested to see what they do there. But 2021 is going to be insane already. We know that tons of other parks are getting tons of different rides and new expansions and other things like that. But the fact that Sesame Place San Diego is now opening up and potentially, as it is rumored, SeaWorld San Diego might be getting a new coaster, which is insane already. But SeaWorld Entertainment is definitely spoiling its parks at this point. It's pretty insane, but I'm sure they're really expecting some high attendance gains from all of these brand new additions at all of their parks, which so far it definitely seems to be working, at least at SeaWorld San Diego. But man, I'm super excited to see how Sesame Place San Diego turns out in the year of 2021. But until then, I'll just have to visit Aquatica San Diego next season for its final season as Aquatica. But if you didn't know, it was originally a Soak City water park before SeaWorld bought it out. But I definitely got to go visit Aquatica San Diego next year for its final season before being turned into Sesame Place San Diego. I'm super excited. Let me know what you think of this complete revamping of this water park down in the comments below. I'm really interested to see what you think, but make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to have tons of news stories like this, as well as updates for coasters and other attractions that are coming to the parks in Southern California. Oh, and speaking of which, I just wanted to say one thing real quick, and that is the fact that SeaWorld San Diego's dive coaster has track and supports on site, and we will have an update pretty soon on that, just to let you know. But again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.